Hello everyone and welcome to Career Launcher. So in today's class, we are going to discuss April second week current affairs. So I hope you all are aware that every Sunday at 3 p.m. we discuss weekly current affairs. April second week current affairs. So we have already done in the past uh, all the important current affairs since January, and that is what we have a separate uh, playlist for that also. So if you have not watched the previous classes, this one is April second week. But if you have not watched the previous classes and you want to watch, then I would suggest first go to our channel, subscribe to the channel, and what you are supposed to do is click on the playlist. Okay? Once you click on the playlist, you'll go down, and this is actually you will find it. यहाँ पे जाना view full playlist पे click करना. You will get all those videos from January. Okay? So in January we have done 4 weeks. 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, February 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. March 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks. Like that, I have done the revision since January till now. Okay, so you can watch it if you have not watched yet. Now, in today's class, we are going to discuss the second week April. So second week April current affairs. Okay, and this live we go every Sunday at 3 p.m. So let us begin with the first question. So the first question is, which of the following country has recently proposed the creation of Climate Change Council under United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change to accelerate global climate action? Your options are Argentina, Brazil, Chile, Denmark. What is the right answer? बताइए क्या सही जवाब है? Climate Change Council under UNFCCC. It was proposed by which country? So the right answer is option B, Brazil. Why? And if you know the answer, if you tell me the reason, I'll be very happy to know. The reason is because Brazil is going to host COP30 under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And this it is going to host in I think November, around November, December. This conference of parties happen under UNFCCC. So COP30 under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change happened. Okay, that is what you should be knowing. So B is the right answer to this question. Now, United Nations, so Belém is actually a place in Brazil where COP30 is going to happen. Okay, that is what you should know. So Climate Change Council under UNFCCC. Now, let me show in the map where exactly it is. So here is India. This is Brazil. Here is Belém. Belém is a place in Brazil where this year we will see COP30, Conference of Parties 30, under the aegis of United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. Now, can anyone tell me that UNFCCC was born as a result of which summit? It was born, or this organization, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change, is a result of which organization, which summit? Anyone? If you tell me, I'll be very happy to know that yes, you have studied properly. UNFCCC जो है कौन से environment summit हुआ था उसके बाद बना था, under which every year we are having conference of parties. So it was formed as a result of Earth Summit 1992, also what's called as Rio Summit. ठीक है? तो मैंने ये class में, this class, just go to the YouTube and search this Earth Summit Career Launcher. You will get this video. Please watch this class. We have discussed in detail about the important environment summits. We have discussed about Rio Summit. But मैं थोड़ा सा यहाँ पर बता देता हूँ. Okay, what happened was in 1992 in Rio de Janeiro, the summit happened called as Earth Summit, or officially called as UNCED, UN Conference on Environment and Development. Okay, so that is what you should know. So this summit actually led to the establishment of 3 popular things. One is called as Convention on Biodiversity. Another is called as UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. And this is the third one, UNCCD, UN Convention to Combat Desertification. So these 3 things actually resulted from Rio Convention or Rio Summit, which happened in Rio de Janeiro in 1992, also known as Earth Summit. Okay, ठीक है. Now, what happens is we are having conference of parties. What is the meaning of conference of parties? So basically, we are having every year conference of parties. So like under UNFCCC. So this UNFCCC, they all were formed in 1992, but the first conference of parties under UNFCCC happened in 1995 in Germany. Okay. So you can see it here. So this is UNFCCC. If you see it carefully, so the first conference of parties under UNFCCC happens in Germany in 1995. Okay. Similarly, this one is very famous, COP21, which happened in 2015 in France, called as Paris में हुआ था, the Paris Climate Agreement, very famous. Okay. Now, and the recent one is actually last year in COP29 happened in Azerbaijan in 2024, and COP30 happened in 2025 in Brazil. Okay, that is what you should know. Will happen actually in Brazil and this year in Belém. Okay. So this all we are talking about COP under UNFCCC, United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. But we have COP for other also, the other two also. We have conference of parties for CBD. But this conference of parties does not happen every year. हर साल नहीं होता है, but after a few years, 2 years, 3 years, it happens. Similarly, we have conference of parties under UNCCD also, UN Convention to combat desertification. We are having conference of parties also. Okay. So UNFCCC के अंदर वाला COP is the most important one, which happens every year. So this year COP30 will be happening in Belém, Brazil. Okay. Similarly, when we talk about CBD, UN CBD, है ना? So UN Convention on Biodiversity. This is also a result of Rio Summit. इनका भी conference of parties होता है, ठीक है? For example, we had seen COP16 last year, ना? So this is COP16 under the aegis of not UNFCCC. This is under the aegis of UNCBD. ठीक है? That is what you should be knowing. ये COP16 है. इसको साफ से लिख देता हूँ. ठीक है? This is COP16 under UNCBD. This happened last year in Cali, Colombia. तो ये भी कल के पूछा था ना, Cali, CALI. Cali is a place in Colombia. Okay, that is what you should be knowing about. Okay, so just you go on the YouTube and search this UNCBD COP16 career launcher. I have already discussed this class. Actually, this COP16 got extended till February this year. Okay, and that is why this was very much in the news. So this becomes a part of current affairs. Okay, so ये COP16 under CBD, a Convention on Biodiversity. Similarly, under CBD, this was the target also, 30 by 30 target. I'm sure you must have heard it. That 30% of the Earth's land and ocean are protected by 2030. That is what the target is. That by 2030, under CBD, and 30% of the land will be protected now. So this is what you should be doing. So previous COP में decide भी किया गया था 30 by 30 challenge. Similarly, मैंने बताया एक COP CBD था. UNFCCC था. Now this one is UNCCD, UN Convention to combat desertification. ठीक है? Okay, मतलब ये वाला I've discussed ना कि Rio Summit led to the establishment of 3 things. One is CBD, first is CBD, the second is UNFCCC, and the third one is this one. ये वाला. So under UNCCD also we are having conference of parties that happens. ठीक है? So UNCCD के अंदर यानी UN Convention to combat desertification के अंदर last year also in Riyadh, Saudi Arab, we had seen conference of parties COP16. ठीक है? So this is COP16 under UNCCD that happened. Okay, in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Okay, so this you should be knowing about. Now let's move on to the next question. The next question is recently. The Union Cabinet has approved the second phase of this program, which envisages comprehensive development of select villages located along international borders. So along international borders, basically, let me show in the map so that you can understand it. So this region, है ना, यहाँ पे जो bordering areas में, यहाँ पे local community stays in bordering areas. These communities actually provide very key information, okay, for the military movements and all. So strategic point of view, so it's very important. So that is why the development of these local communities around the bordering areas, Vibrant Village program was launched. So Vibrant Village program is option C. This was launched by the government of India, and the second phase has been initiated recently. Okay. It is in Arunachal, Himachal, Sikkim, Uttarakhand, and Ladakh. So Ladakh, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal. So under this region. So that is what you should know. C is the right answer to this question. Let's move on to the next one. Recently, PM Modi inaugurated Palang Bridge in Tamil Nadu, which is how much length? 1.72. What is the length of that? 1.87, 2.02, 2.07. But this is the state of Tamil Nadu. Here you find Sri Lanka, and here you will find this Palang Bridge. Okay. What is the right answer? The right answer is option D, 2.07 kilometers. The right answer. यहाँ पे पाम्बन है ना? So D is the right answer. In the Park State region, और इस region को Park State कहता है. I hope you are aware. PALK लिखा था ये. This is PALK, Park State, like this. ठीक है? Yes, Diane, you're right. D is the right answer to this question. और ये vertical lift off bridge है. Vertical lift off आप देख सकते हो ऐसे, like this, है ना? Means if a ship wants to go, then of course the bridge will be opened like this vertically, है ना? So that was inaugurated recently. Okay. और यहाँ पर I hope you are aware, यहाँ पर एक बहुत famous islet भी है somewhere here, है ना? Rameshwaram. Why is Rameshwaram Island so famous? Why is Rameshwaram Island so famous? There is a very famous personality who was born at this island, in this island. What is that? It's APJ Abdul Kalam, है ना? APJ Abdul Kalam was born here. Okay, that is what you should know. Let's move on to the next one. Who recently won Japanese Grand Prix for 4th straight year in Formula 1? So Grand Prix लिखते हैं, but we actually pronounce it as Prix. Grand Prix जहां भी लिखेंगे आप पढ़ोगे ना, Grand Prix, Formula 1, जैसे ही लिखा हो समझ लो कार रेस की बात हो रही है. ठीक है? These are actually talking about car race. So the right answer is Max Verstappen. C is the right answer. Yes, Gyan, you're right. C is the right answer. So Japanese Grand Prix won by Max Verstappen. The next one is who presented the key to the City of Lisbon award to the President of India, Draupadi Murmu, during her visit to Portugal. देखो पोर्चुगल जो है इसकी कैपिटल ही है लिस्बन. ठीक है? So this award, key to the City of Lisbon, was given to her by which personality? Was a common sense लगाओ. तो लिस्बन की बात हो रही, so it must be the mayor of the Lisbon, है ना? The capital, है ना? So C is the right answer to this question. है ना? That is what you should know. Mayor of Lisbon, Carlos Manuel gave her this award. ठीक है? I hope you are aware. Portugal से there was a very famous traveler from Portugal. Who came to India in 1498 AD. Which person is being talked about? Anyone? A very famous traveler or voyager came to India in 1498 AD. His name was Vasco da Gama. I'm sure you must have heard this name. He came to Kerala. The place is called as Kozhikode, Calicut. Okay, so the next one is which of the following Bengali delicacies recently received GI tag? Rasgulla, Nolen, Guret Sandesh, Mishti, Doi, Pantua. So GI tag समझते हो? It is one of the example of intellectual property rights. It is like जैसे copyright होता है ना, this is for a book or for a film or for a, let's say, audio, video, etc. The GI tag is actually a sort of intellectual property right which tells that this particular thing belongs to this region or this city or this state. ठीक है? उसको GI tag originally यहाँ से belong करता है. Yes, Kian, you're right. Nolan, Guret, Sandesh. So B is the right answer. Sandesh याद रख लेना. बहुत फेमस है, बंगाल में संदेश की मिठाई बहुत फेमस होती है. So it has got GI tag recently. Okay. And there are others also that was got, like for example, 5 other items. So आप ये भी देख सकते हो. These were the other items that were given. Now there's a very famous question which is asked, which was the first to get GI tag in India? सबसे पहले GI tag किसको मिला था? Can you tell me? First, actually, product or whatever you can say, to get GI tag. First thing. What was that? The right answer is दार्जिलिंग टी को याद रखिएगा. ठीक है, मैंने कुछ महीने पहले क्लास लिया था GI टैग पर. इफ यू आर इंटरेस्टेड यू कैन वॉच इट. ठीक है. Okay, let's move on to the next one. Recently the Supreme Court of India signed an MOU. जहां भी MOU देखो ना समझो एग्रीमेंट हो, इसको you can replace it with agreement for understanding purpose, है ना. So it signed an MOU, memorandum of understanding, मतलब एक तरह का agreement वगैरह साइन हुआ समझ लो. With which country to enhance judicial cooperation between two countries? Which country? Which Supreme Court of which country? किसके साथ recently एक MOU, memorandum of understanding साइन हुआ? Please tell me. Yes, the right answer is Supreme Court of Nepal. A is the right answer. So पड़ोस में ही है. It's not very far away. So just remember it. है ना. So और judicial exchanges, joint research, training program, seminars, visits ये सब होगा. है ना. A is the right answer. है ना. आप देख सकते हो Supreme Court of India. अच्छा एक चीज आप बताना, what is the motto of Supreme Court of India? Motto of Supreme Court of India. Somebody is writing, sir, office सुंदर है आपका. Okay, the background. This is actually a background. What is the motto of Supreme Court of India? This was asked in AILET exam. Please tell me. Motto of Supreme Court of India. I'm waiting for the response. This you should be knowing it. There's a Sanskrit statement. पूछते इस टाइप का क्वेश्चन है ना. यतो धर्मस्ततो जयः. Where there is righteousness, there is victory. या where there is justice, there is victory. जहां इंसाफ है वहां जीत है. ठीक है. And now it's a homework. Go and find out this has been taken from which religious literature. ठीक है, ये homework है. So we are talking about Supreme Court. It is headquartered in actually Tilak Marg, New Delhi. I hope you are aware. So currently we are having the maximum strength can be 34, 33 plus 1. 33 and plus 1 CJ. Maximum strength can be 34. Okay. So this is what you should be knowing. The next one is according to the Supreme Court judgment under Article 200 of the Indian Constitution, which of the following is not a valid course of action for governor once a bill is presented? Abhi recently एक मामला हुआ था, है ना, recently related with Tamil Nadu and all. After that, the Supreme Court passed this order. We had discussed earlier also. Yes, Krishi Sachdeva, right? This is the right answer. Exercising a pocket veto by taking no action. Yes, Gyan, you're right. This is the right answer. देखो होता क्या है? The concept of pocket veto means, what is the meaning of concept of pocket veto? Just for example, the legislative assembly passes the bill, goes to the governor, and the governor is not doing anything. Neither he is accepting it, nor rejecting it, nor sending it to the president, nor sending it back. He's doing nothing. That's called as pocket veto. Now, is it explicitly mentioned in the Constitution? No. But since the deadlines are not mentioned, it means there is a scope of pocket veto. मतलब ऐसा टाइमिंग नहीं मेंशन है कि आपको इतना दिन के अंदर साइन कर ही देना या रिजेक्ट कर ही देना. So that is why. But no, what happened was that recently the Supreme Court put some deadlines or timelines, like withholding or rejecting. Withholding asset means rejecting the bill. 1 month, है ना. Withholding asset contrary to the advice of the Council of Ministers, then 3 months. Then after reconsideration means you have sent it back. The governor has sent it back to the Legislative Assembly. Legislative Assembly again sends the bill back. Then 1 month time and he is supposed to sign it. So these are some of the conditions that were put by Supreme Court. Okay, that is why it was in the news. It means for all practical purpose, according to the Supreme Court, there is no scope for pocket veto. That is what you should be knowing. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Yes, Krishi Sachdeva, you're right. Court has passed all the bills. Right. What limit did Supreme Court prescribe for to act when it is repassed by the state legislature? बताओ अभी just बता that. Yes, within 1 month. B is the right answer. अभी मैंने बताया ना. If it is passed for reconsideration, means if the legislative assembly again pass, if a governor sends back to the legislative assembly and the legislative assembly again passes it, then he has 1 month. He is supposed to sign it. He cannot reject it. है ना? Within 1 month. That is what you should know. है ना? और यहाँ पर एक तरह से आपको पता है ना, reconsideration में governor reject नहीं कर सकते. He is supposed to pass it. I hope you are aware. So even the time limit of 1 month was given by the Supreme Court. That is what you should know. The next one is a nearly two-year-old war has actually engulfed in the world's largest humanitarian crisis and led African country to become only a country experiencing famine. Which country is being talked about? पिछले 2 साल से almost यहाँ war हो रही है, a sort of a civil war that has led to huge humanitarian loss in Africa continent. Which country is being talked about? The right answer is option C. Not option C, option B. Sudan. This is option C. No. The right answer is B. Sudan. So B is the right answer. Okay. Someone no, South Sudan nahi. Sudan. Okay. Yeah. Yes, you're right. So basically, क्या है? Civil war हो रही. It is like rapid support forces versus SAF. So basically, on one side is actually a paramilitary force. Sudanese armed forces. This is an army. And paramilitary force, rapid support force on the other side. So they are fighting each other. मतलब एक तरफ paramilitary force और army दोनों आपस ही में लड़ रही है. So can you imagine the scenario? Like this will of course lead to huge casualties because both are having full powers, having all the weapons and everything, and they are attacking each other. So what will happen? So that is what we call it as civil war that is happening, and it has killed many people and all. The next is recently Dash has been named by Skytrax as the first terminal airport in India, first airport terminal to be given 5-star rating. T3, T1 of T3 of Rajiv Gandhi International Airport, T1 Indira Gandhi International Airport, Bangalore's Airport T2 or T1. What is the right answer? क्या जवाब बताइए? Yes, yeah, you're right. The right answer is option C. Bangalore's Kampagore International Airport. C is the right answer. Can you even class cover all geopolitical crisis like Krishi Sasdeva? Okay, Krishi Sasdeva, I will try to arrange that class. ठीक है ना? That type of class जिसमें conflicts वगैरह discuss करा दो. ठीक है? Thanks for the suggestion. So Skytrax is actually a UK-based firm, consultancy firm, etc. Headquartered in London. They give ratings to airlines, airports, website, etc. ठीक है ना? कि एक तरह का review website है जो बताती है कि सबसे अच्छा airport किसका है, सबसे अच्छा airline कौन सा है. These are the things the Skytrax recommends. ठीक है? So इन्होंने Kampagore International Airport को T2 terminal को highest rating दिया है, है ना? मतलब first to get 5-star rating in India. Okay. The next one is recently Dash has been crowded as world's best airport, 13th time now by air transport rating organization Skytrax. सबसे बेस्ट एयरपोर्ट की फोटो ही मैंने लगा दिया. यस, इट इज सिंगापुर चांगी एयरपोर्ट. ये कई बार पिछले कई सालों से मैंने देखा है टॉप पर रहता है. यस, कृषि सचदेवा एंड ज्ञान, यू बोथ राइट. बी इज द राइट आंसर. सो वेयर इज इंडिया? दिस इज सिंगापुर. Okay, so B is the right answer to this question. Now the next question is olive ridley turtles are found where actually in India, in which coast? I mean, it is very famous. ठीक है, olive ridley turtle बहुत अक्सर न्यूज में रहता है. If you read Indian Express में अक्सर छापते हैं वो. ठीक है, the mass nesting happened in Gahirmata beach. Okay, इन विच स्टेट? बहुत फेमस ही है ना, मास नेस्टिंग ग्राउंड है ओडिशा में, रुशोकोलिया रिवर है उसके बगल में ना, गहिर माता बीच. So A is the right answer. Yes, Gyan, you're right. है ना. Why record number of already turtles came to nest in Odisha this year? And Rushokolia river and Gahir Mata, यहीं पे कहीं पे east coast of India है ना. So they come and do mass nesting and this is called as Aribada. उस mass nesting को Aribada कहते हैं. Yes, Krishi says they were right. तो ये अक्सर ओलिव रेडी टर्टल्स न्यूज में रहता है. So this is Odisha और ये ईस्टर्न कोस्ट में यहाँ पे कहीं पे मिलेगा आपको. गहिर माता, रुशोकोलिया. That is what you should know. The next is, which of the following has become the first African country to sign a country partnership agreement with International Solar Alliance? And please tell me, where is the headquarter of International Solar Alliance? कहाँ आपको मिलेगा ISA का headquarter? The right answer is C. Yes, Mauritius is the right answer. Or International Solar Alliance headquarter Gurugram में. Yes, headquarter Gurugram में. ठीक है. So here India, this is, we are talking about Mauritius है ना. So this is Africa continent है ना. Africa continent है. इसी का पार्ट है Mauritius. Okay. Signed a country partnership agreement with International Solar Alliance, and this is headquartered in Gurugram. Okay. Yes. So Paris, France में headquarter है COP21. Gurugram, Haryana. Director General is Ashish Khanna. Okay. And that is what you should be knowing. And why is International Solar Alliance important? Because, of course, for India specifically, because we lie in tropical region. Here is India, है ना? So the idea is to, in tropical region, we can tap a lot of solar energy, है ना? We can utilize it. That is the very idea behind it. Okay. So that is why the tropical countries plays an important role in International Solar Alliance, and India initiated this. On the sidelines of COP21, it was formed. Yes, Krishi sir, right. The next is the DRDO successfully conducted release trials of long-range glide bombs from Su-30 Mk1 fighter, Su-30, Sukhoi 30. So ये glide bombs इसका नाम क्या आपको बताना है? देशद, सौरभ, भारत, गौरव. What is the right answer? The right answer is, देखो जब दो सिमिलर ऑप्शन हो तो चांस मैंने आपको बताया भी, whenever there is two similar option, the chances of one of them to be correct is very high. The right answer is option D, गौरव. ठीक है, आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ गौरव लिखा हुआ है ना, ये गौरव ग्लाइड बॉम्ब से एयर डिफेंस सिस्टम. So D is the right answer to this question. Let's move on to the next one. India's first automated bat monitoring detection system is BAT1, BAT-NET, BAT-ECOMON, BAT-ECOIN. What is the right answer? The right answer is option C, BAT-ECOMON. है ना? India's first automated bat monitoring system. है ना? डिटेक्शन. ठीक है, और बैट इकोमॉन का फुल फॉर्म है बैट इको लोकेशन मॉनिटरिंग. ठीक है, फर्स्ट ऑटोमेटेड बैट मॉनिटरिंग सिस्टम डेवलप्ड बाय देश पांडे एंड वेदांत बारजे. ओके, सो आई होप यू आर अवेयर बैट जो इकोस वगैरह यूज करता है, इट कैन नॉट सी, तो वो साउंड के रिफ्लेक्शन से एंड ऑल इट्स मूव्स एंड ऑल. हां, नहीं क्रिकेट बैट की नहीं बात हो रही है, बैट चमगादड़ इसको हिंदी में कहते हैं. तो आई होप आपको पता होगा इको के रिस्पांस से, ठीक है, इको के साउंड के रिफ्लेक्शन जो होता है उसके रिस्पांस से वो मूव करता है, राइट, है ना, बैट. आई होप यू आर अवेयर. सो दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड नो. The next is recently in India, in dash, in which sports actually, Jyoti Sureka Venam and Rishabh Yadav clinched gold medal and in the compound mixed team event at World Cup Stage 1 in Florida, US. आर्चरी, बैडमिंटन, टेनिस, बॉक्सिंग, कौन से स्पोर्ट्स में आपको ये बताना है, विच स्पोर्ट्स? राइट आंसर इज आर्चरी. सो आर्चरी में तीरंदाजी इसको कहते हैं ना, तीर चलाना है ना. सो इंडियन डू दे गॉट गोल्ड मेडल. ठीक है, इज द राइट आंसर. ठीक है. The next is which US state is forced to introduce bill against Hinduphobia? New Jersey, Alabama, Georgia, California. What is the right answer? Right answer is Georgia. C is the right answer. देखो जॉर्जिया ना ये पूछ सकते SB 37 जैसे या सेक्शन सेनेट बिल 37 recently in news is related with what? Okay, so इस तरह आपको they can ask question. ठीक है, so just remember it है ना. एक चीज और बताता हूँ. देखो जॉर्जिया is a country also and a province in America also. तो यहाँ पर इंडिया है. I think somewhere here आपको मिलेगा जॉर्जिया. Okay, this is USA. This is Georgia state or province. Okay, here we are not talking about Georgia as a country. इस यहाँ पर here we are talking about this Georgia province of America. ठीक है, US state है. ठीक है, so you don't need to get confused because there are same spelling also, so chances of getting confused is very high. Anna, so this is actually all about today's class. Now one more thing, I'll be meeting you today at 8 p.m. where I'll be discussing the second part 2 of the quiz on Indian Constitution. Anna, and last Sunday को मैंने homework भी दिया था part 1 वाले में, so go and watch it. Last वाले section में I had given a homework and please write in the comments. ठीक है, उसके नीचे comment उसका आंसर भी लिखिएगा. ठीक है, so that's all about today's class. Thank you everyone. Please press the like button, share this video. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.